Hey, what's up, guys? So it's time to go into the divisional round game against the Packers. Oh man, well, again, we did play them in the regular season. We were able to beat them. Actually, that was one of the games that I thought we would lose. It was in Lambeau Field. I think we've only won one game in Lambeau Field in our entire history. And so that was really, because we beat them pretty good. It wasn't like it was, only a 3-point difference or something. It was, we were pretty dominant. I think the key to that game was that we had a lot of turnovers. And, we put pressure on Rodgers and got those fumble recoveries and just everything like clicked. And it was in Lambeau, and it's like we've only won there one other time. So that was crazy, and I really thought that we'd lose that one. And Dak was only that was about 5 or 6 games into the season, so he was still pretty fresh. And I think a lot of people were still debating whether or not he should stay in and then bring Romo back. It was still like a big debate at the time. But that was one of the main games where I thought, okay, if he can beat, it was the Packers and then I think the Steelers as well. I said if he could win those games, and then the Steelers game was in November, right after my birthday. And so I said if he can win all those games, with the exception of, unfortunately, we wouldn't beat the Giants, but I thought, well, if we could beat the Packers and the Steelers, then don't if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and we should just keep Dak in there, but we did. We kept winning. So now, of course, as we know, and as the 2007 Giants know, just because you beat them in the regular season doesn't guarantee you a victory in the playoffs. So the good thing is we all have Dez this time. We didn't have Dez even when we beat them, and we beat them really good, and we didn't even have Dez. So now we have Dez. Sean Lee is there as well. He wasn't there for the playoff game, so we have Sean Lee. And so that's great. So we have no excuses injury wise. So everybody's, I think Morris Claiborne's coming back. Scandrick is back. So we're all good health wise. So that's very important, and I'm glad. So basically, the game plan should be very similar to how it was in the regular season in terms of trying to get turnovers and putting pressure on Aaron Rodgers. That's the main thing we need to do on defense, and hopefully that our secondary, because Aaron Rodgers can just shred our secondary if we give him the time to do it. Like the Giants didn't really get any pass. There was like zero pass rush that the Giants had. He had there were several plays where he just stood back there. He's like, this receiver, oh, no, maybe I'll go back. Oh, no, maybe I'll go back to this guy. And then he throws it. I mean, he had like all the time in the world to throw that. He could have pulled up a grill and flipped burgers for 30 minutes and made a couple of fucking ribeye steaks while he was waiting, because that's how long the Packers O-line was containing the Giants D-line. So we cannot let that happen, because he will shred our defense and our secondary if we give him that much time. So we got to figure out, just like in the first game, we got to figure out how to put pressure on him, hopefully get some turnovers and that sort of thing. Now, offensively, I think we'll do really good. We have all of our weapons. Everybody, everybody's healthy and doing great. Dak is always cool. I'm sure he'll be nervous because it's his first playoff game, but again, you just got to keep doing what you're doing. Give it to Zeke. Establish a solid running game with Zeke. Make sure Dak or Dez gets the ball early, which, again, you don't want to force feed it to him, but, don't ignore him. If he gets open, throw it to him. And, of course, don't abandon the running game, especially if you're in the lead. If you're in the lead, do not abandon the run. Just keep pounding. And we also have Darren McFadden, Dunbar. So, we have all the weapons in the world. So just establish a solid running game. And then, like I said earlier, they're not going to know who to cover. Are we going to, it's the Green Bay Packers, are they going to double cover Dez? Or, again, like I said, if they do that, then it's going to open up the other receivers, which, T. Will and Cole Beasley, which Dak and Cole have a really good chemistry. Bryce Butler has been a really solid, underrated receiver and an underrated weapon that we have, because he has really good chemistry with Dak as well. So they're not going to know who to double cover. And then, of course, there's Jason Witten, who's always amazing. So, and of course, our offensive line. Hopefully they'll be able to give him time, and which I think they will. They've been playing unbelievable. Pro Bowlers, most of the vast majority, almost all of our, I think, 3 out of the 4 offensive linemen? Almost all of them. So I think it's Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, and not Doug Free because he's too old, and he's almost we got to get rid of him eventually that was of course our offensive linemen are going to make it to the Pro Bowl since they're one of the top linemen in the whole league. So them and everybody, and just from top to bottom, I think, well, offensively especially, defensively I'm a little scared because even though we did it in the regular season, I'm just because Rodgers is unbelievable in the postseason, and so that's what I'm afraid of mostly, is that our secondary doesn't get completely blown away, or we're not able to get any pass rush on Rodgers. That's going to be deadly, and but that's the main thing. The good thing is we're playing at home, so we don't have to go up to Lambeau. Lambeau is one of the most harshest places to play, especially at the end of the year or in January. So that frozen tundra, it's brutal. So I'm glad we don't have to. We're at home. I'm sure the stadium will be closed. The roof will be closed. And we're at home. It's a different environment when we're at home, especially in the playoffs. Even though, we lost to the Giants in 2007 and all that other crap. But again, this is a new, fresh team. Again, youth movement. I mean, Dak and Zeke have this wonderful energy and youth movement that they brought with the team. And chemistry with everybody from top to bottom, and the brotherhood, the friendship, the love that these guys have for each other. They're having fun. They're all goofy, like Lucky Whitehead. Oh, that's another receiver I forgot to. Lucky Whitehead, our kickoff returner. And also, you know what? We used him quite a few times. Remember, he made some great running plays in the first game against the Packers, which would be great. So we could use him on end arounds, fake end arounds. So that's another weapon. I mean, so offensively, I have no problem. I think we can do all those amazing trick plays. I think there's maybe Linehan will pull some random tricks out of his sleeve and, see some trick plays we haven't seen before. There's all kinds of stuff. Like, what was that one with the fake end around, and we threw it into the end zone to, who was it? Was it Dez or Zeke that threw the ball to that touchdown to win? I can't remember now. Damn. But that was sweet. I was like, oh shit, we should have saved that play for the playoffs. But, we might have some other trick plays. The sky's the limit for our offense. We have like all the weapons in the world. There's, if we can't score, then there's something really wrong, because we got, there's no excuses. We're not in Lambeau or Seattle where it's going to be a wet ball and you have to worry about wind, or it's going to be in Dallas in the, with the roof closed, so no excuses. We should just be able to air it out and pound the ball and do all kinds of stuff. Defensively, again, I'm a little scared. Not sure if we can handle Rodgers, or, we have in the past, but still, it's a different game. It's just because we won before doesn't necessarily mean this game is going to be the exact same way. I hope it does, especially in the turnovers. That's the key. If you're able to get turnovers on them, then, that'd be amazing, and that's the easy way to get a victory and to get points on the board. So that's it's going to be a really good game. I'm not sure if it's going to be a shootout like 45-35, or I don't think we're going to annihilate them. It would be nice if we do, but I just don't see. I think the Packers are a very, very good team, especially at the end of the year in the postseason. So it should be a close one. I mean, if we dominate them, it'll be similar to the regular season game. If not, it's going to be pretty close. I'd say anywhere between. We could win by a field goal. We could win maybe by 10 points or a touchdown, somewhere around that area. I don't think it'll be, anything like, 58-7 or something. But, we'll see what happens. I think we could score on them with our weapons. We can definitely score on them, and it'd be nice to get some turnovers on defense, or at least get some sacks and that sort of thing. I'm really excited. It's like, oh my God, I'm really nervous because it's last time we went to the NFC title game was when I was in kindergarten. So that would be nice to, in the 21st century, finally get past the wild card and divisional rounds, which we haven't been past the division. Like Romo never went past the divisional round because either he choked against the fucking Giants or the Vikings or whoever we played. We got annihilated or some the stupid call against the Dez no catch. And I really want to get revenge for that. And see, in that game, our defense played like shit. Well, Sean Lee wasn't there, and we have a much different defense. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to mention too. Is I love how who was it on ESPN? One of the commentators said that we are the UFO defense, the unidentified flying objects, because we're not a superstar defense. We really Sean Lee is really our main superstar. Everybody else is kind of more underrated guys that like especially on our defensive line, like Benson Mayo was one of them. Who else? Oh, Irving. That's who it was. That's what I was trying to think of. Irving. That guy is like, he's really just come out and just started making plays. And see, that's the thing, that's one common theme that happened throughout the season is like just, they say the bend don't break defense. Bend but don't break defense. And that happened with our pass rush. It's like, oh shit, they're going to score on us. And then we get a sack. And then just that one sack helped us for them to lose yardage. Whichever team we were playing against, they lost the yardage, had to punt, or maybe force a field goal. Yeah, maybe they got a field goal in, but 3 points is better than 7 points or 6, depending. Extra point and all that shit. But or if they go for 2, but still, that's that's a big deal. So, and then we have the young guys, Byron Jones, AB, Anthony Brown, our secondary, our young DBs are Carr's okay. Mo will be healthy. Skandrick has looked okay. I think Mo has improved. He got an injury, but I think Mo will be all right. He's coming back. Yeah, but those guys, the secondary, the young secondary, particularly Byron and AB, I think those guys are amazing. Great. It's great to have young DBs, young, quick, fast, and almost like when we had Darren Woodson and Kevin Smith in the 90s, because they were rookies that first year, and they were Kevin Smith is extremely underrated, and of course Darren Woodson became our Cowboys all-time leading tackler, and he was the best safety we've probably ever had, and one of the top safeties ever. So I think, it's great. So again, the youth movement, and of course the veterans like Witt and Dez, and Sean Lee. So, it's a great mix of veterans. You have like the eldest veteran being Witten, who's still a superstar, and I don't know, maybe he'll play until he's 40 like Jerry Rice. Always healthy. I just really want Jason Witten to win a Super Bowl more than anything. And everybody, of course. And then you got kind of the mid-range veterans that are not old, but they've been around for at least 5 years, like Sean Lee and Dez. And then we have, the rookies, like, Dak and Zeke and those guys on the defense I just mentioned. So it's just so exciting, and I'm really excited and happy for this team. And it's been an unbelievable year, one of the most unique years in all Cowboys. I mean, Cowboys have had some interesting years and some phenomenal years, but this one's really just because because of the rookies, and we've never had rookies like that. Like Troy Aikman, his rookie year, he got annihilated by the Eagles, and it was just really tough. But I don't know, it's just so exciting, and I can't wait to see what happens. I picked us to win, so I am confident, but it's going to be tough. And biggest thing, just stop Rodgers. That's just the main key to the game. Just stop Rodgers, and I think we'll be all right because we can score, because we got the weapons. But yeah, so I'll be doing my post-game video either right after the game or maybe the Monday after. Just have to wait and see. So yeah, it's going to be great. So really looking forward to it. Go Cowboys, Cowboys Nation, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.